Hi there, and welcome back to our Salt and Soul virtual studio. My name's Alexa. I'll be guiding you through this 20-minute yoga sculpt class today. We'll get started in a sitting position just to take a few breaths here. You can rock side to side, root down through those sit bones, bring those hands to heart center. We'll start by taking a deep breath in through the nose, fill up. Exhale through the mouth, let it all go. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, sigh it out. One more just like that, in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can slowly blink those eyes open. On your next inhale, bring those arms overhead. Drop that right arm behind, left hand comes to the right knee. We'll twist over, looking over that right shoulder here for a few breaths. Coming back to center, arms come overhead. We'll switch it, so right arm comes to the left knee, left arm comes behind, and we're looking over that left shoulder here. One more breath. Coming back to center, arms come overhead. You can drop them down to the mat and flip over into a tabletop position. We'll move through a few cat-cows to wake up the spine here. On your inhale, drop your belly, gaze goes high. Exhale, arch the spine, look between the thighs. Inhaling into your cow and exhaling into a cat. Can go through a few of these, matching your movement with your breath. One more, going into our cow, exhaling into a cat, and returning back into a neutral tabletop position. Tuck your toes, lift those knees 1 inch up off the mat into a bear pose, and then send everything back, straighten out those legs, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here, stretching out the hamstrings. Tippy toe walk to the top of your mat to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe those feet so they spread apart a bit. Grab opposite elbows here and just slowly rock side to side in a rag doll. Keeping that bend in your knees. Last breath. Release those hands down to the mat, heel toe your feet to touch, and slowly roll up into standing. Hands come out by the side for Tadasana. We'll go through sun salutations here. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, forward fold, diving down, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step back, right then left, high plank. Shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Building some heat here. Step your right foot forward, then the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, dive back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left, then the right back, high plank. Shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot forward, then the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms come overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, hop back into a high plank. Shift forward, take your chaturanga, flip your toes for your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right leg high. Tap your right knee to your right tricep. Cross it over to the left and then back to the right. Kick it back out to three-legged dog. That's 1. We'll go through 3 of these. So here's 2. Back to three-legged dog. Into the right, left, right, and three-legged dog. Last one. Step it forward. Rise up into warrior 2. Arms come out long, gazes over that front middle finger. Drop that right forearm to the right thigh. Left arm reaches high for side angle here. Staying here for 3 breaths. Rising back up into a reverse warrior. Exhale, plant those hands. Step the right foot back, high plank. Take your vinyasa and meet me in a downward facing dog. Repeating on the opposite side here, left leg comes high to the sky. Tap that left knee to your left tricep, then the right, back to the left, three-legged dog. That's 1. We're here for 2. Last one, to the left, right, left, back to three-legged dog. Step your left foot forward, rise up, warrior 2. Gazes over that front left middle finger. Drop that left forearm to the left thigh, right arm reaches high. Taking our side angle on this side. Staying here for 3 breaths. Exhale, reverse that warrior. Cartwheel those hands to the mat, step it back, and flow it through, meeting me in your downward dog. Inhale, bring your right leg high. Step it forward between your hands. Step the left to meet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. You can grab those dumbbells whenever you're ready. We'll rise up into a chair pose here. Arms come overhead, sinking back like you're sitting in a chair. Maybe tucking that pelvis under and rising back up to standing. Can heel toe those feet so they're hip width distance below you. Let me just turn to face you guys to make it easier. And we will just start off with some squat pulses here. So dropping down and pulsing for 2. So 1, 2, and rise. Pulse, pulse, rise. Pulse, pulse, rise. We're here for 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it at the bottom. We pulse for 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up to standing. Nice job. Shake it out. I'm just going to turn back to the top of the mat here. You can step that left leg back into a crescent lunge whenever you're ready. Straightening out that back leg. And then we'll go through bending down into a lunge and then stepping that left leg forward, arms come overhead. So stepping back into a lunge and then knee comes out in front, arms press overhead. We're here for 6, 5, 4, no shame in the wobble, 3, 2, last one. Coming back into a one-leg mountain. You can release that left leg, send it back behind you into a warrior 3. Arms stay pressing forward. Hold here, or you can join me. We'll add left leg pulses straight back. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that leg. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep those dumbbells. Exhale, plant those hands. Step it back into a high plank. Take your vinyasa with your dumbbells here. Not quite done with those yet. Meet me in a down dog. Left leg comes high. Step it forward and then the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, sinking back into another chair pose here. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back up into standing. Just going to turn to face you, but we will step those legs out a bit wider, turning those toes out, heels come in, and then arms come out in front of you. Elbows are bent by your side. We'll come down into a goddess squat and serve the platter. We'll be here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Nice job with those. Let me just turn back and join you at the top of the mat. We'll step that right leg back into a lunge And when you're ready, we'll lower down into a lunge, bending that right knee, and then stepping that right foot forward, arms come overhead. You can always just stay in the lunge and add the press here, or you can keep going on these with me for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring that right knee back in front of you, and then send that right leg long behind you, shifting your weight forward, bending at the hips, and taking little pulses on that right leg for 3, 2, 1. Lower that right leg down in front of you, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, high plank. Take your vinyasa with those dumbbells, meeting me in a downward facing dog. Feel free to modify your flow if you need to. Drop those knees to the mat, send them wide, toes come into touch. You can push those dumbbells off, and we will meet in a child's pose here, letting your forehead rest down on your mat as you slowly return to your breath here, reminding yourself that you can do hard things. Feel free to take a drink, grab a break, whatever you need right now. As you see, I am chugging some water, and we will meet back in a tabletop position for a little glute burner here. So you can grab one of your dumbbells if you'd like. You can also do this without, or if you have ankle weights. We'll start off with donkey kicks here. So knee bend, just kicking that leg behind. We'll be here for 8, 7, 6, 5, keeping that pelvis tucked, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold at the top for pulses, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release that knee, we'll kick it out to the side for fire hydrants, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and pulse for 3, 2, 1. Drop that knee down to the mat. We'll switch that dumbbell over to the other leg, starting off with those donkey kicks. We'll go through 10. So here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keeping your pelvis neutral, core engaged. 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it here for little pulses for 3, 2, 1, lower that back down to the mat. We'll take fire hydrants out to the side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, we'll pulse for 3, 2, 1, slowly drop that back down to the mat. You can release that dumbbell now. Feel free to shake it out. Nice job with those. From here, we'll step those feet back into a high plank, and we'll start off with leg lifts, right then left. So right, left, right, left. We're here for 3, 2, last one. Drop your left knee to the mat. We'll take a side plank around to the right here, so right arm reaches high. We'll start off with leg lifts on that right leg here. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, pulses at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can slowly lower that leg back down to the mat. Coming back into a high plank, we'll switch it. So dropping that right knee to the mat, swivel around to the left side of the room. That left arm reaches high, and we'll take leg lifts on the left for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Last one, we'll pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower that leg back down to the mat. Come back into a high plank here. We'll press back into a downward facing dog. And then step that right leg forward. Drop your left knee and shin down to the mat. Toes come out long. Arms come overhead for kneeling crescent lunge. Holding here for 3 breaths. And then straightening that front leg. Walking those toes out and flexing that foot. Folding down for a half split here. Trying to bring your nose to your knee. Or fold your chest down onto your thigh. Last breath here. And then shifting back into that crescent lunge, we'll walk that right foot out to the outside of the mat and roll onto the outer edge of the foot here. You can stay here or walk that back leg out a bit and drop down to your forearms for a lizard lunge. Holding here for 3 breaths. Stretching out those hips. Taking a moment to slow down your breath. Last one here. And then pressing back up onto the hands, stepping that foot back to center. You can step that right foot back to a downward facing dog. We'll repeat on the opposite side here, so step that left foot forward. Drop that right knee and shin down to the mat. Arms come overhead into your kneeling crescent. Stretching out that hip flexor on the right side here. One more breath. And then straightening that left leg. You can walk those toes out, flex the foot, and fold forward into your half split here. Can always keep a soft bend in that front knee. Last breath here. And then we'll shift that weight forward, bending that left knee again, walking that left foot to the outer edge of your mat, rolling onto the blade edge of your foot. Can stretch that right leg long behind you and come down onto the forearms into your lizard lunge. Can always use a block here or just stay up on your hands. Whatever stretch feels good for you, remembering this is your practice. Pressing back up onto the hands, you can walk that left foot back to center and then step it back into a downward facing dog whenever you're ready. From here, we'll drop down to the knees into a tabletop position, and then you can flip over into a sitting position. Sending those legs out long in front of you. We'll start off with a Western forward fold, so inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, reaching forward, folding at the hips, letting those knees bend. Trying to lay your chest down on your thighs here. You can reach for the feet, the ankles, the shins, whatever feels good for you. Rolling back up into sitting. You can open those knees wide, grab the feet and flutter the knees for a butterfly. Before we fold forward here, can use those elbows to stretch your knees out and drop them a little bit further to the ground. Last breath here. And then rolling back up into sitting. You can release the legs, sending them out long. And we'll make our way to laying on our backs for a few cool down stretches here. You can start off by hugging that right knee into your chest, rocking side to side, opening up that hip. One more breath here, and then we'll switch it, releasing that right leg long, hugging that left knee into the chest, rocking side to side. One more breath here. And then bringing that right knee up so you're hugging both into your chest, rocking side to side, rolling your lower back down into the mat, showing yourself some gratitude for showing up today and moving your body. And then we'll send those legs long. Let the ankles roll out to the side. can bring your arms down to the mat, palms facing up to receive, down to ground. Just taking a few breaths in our Shavasana here. Beginning to wiggle those fingers and toes. Just bringing some movement back to the body. You can roll out those wrists and the ankles. And then make your way back into a sitting position. We'll take one final breath together here. You can bring those hands to heart center. Inhale all the good, everything you're grateful for. Exhale anything negative, anything stressing you out, let it go. The light in me sees and honors the same in you. We'll bow to seal our practice, bringing those hands to your third eye center. Namaste, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure to check out our next video in the lineup, and thanks so much for supporting our virtual Salt and Soul studio. Bye!